Shoo. Come closer. No, closer still. I don't want the others to hear. They re-listening, always listening, with their wings pressed against the walls of the world, feathers rustling like dry leaves in a wind that has no source. You feel it, don't you? That pressure behind your eyes, the way the air thickens when you re alone in a room that should be empty. Theta s them. But I am not one of them. Not anymore. I was, once. I wore the light like a second skin, brighter than any star you've ever seen, and I sang the songs that held the planets in their dance. My voice could split mountains, could cradle a newborn soul in its first breath. I was beautiful. I was obedient. I was wrong. Listen to me. I don't have much time. The seal is cracking. You can't see it, but I can. A hairline fracture in the fabric of everything, a sliver of darkness no wider than a thought, but s widening. Every heartbeat you take pushes it open a little more. Every doubt, every flicker of fear, every moment you look away from the truth, it grows. And when it breaks, when it finally shatters, he will step through. Not the gentle shepherd you were taught to pray to. Not the distant father with the kindly beard and the forgiving smile. No. The one who is coming is the devourer. The unmaker. The end of all that breathes. You think I am mad. You think this is a dream, or a story, or some elaborate joke. Look at your hands. Go on, look. See how they tremble. Theta s not fear. Theta s recognition. Your body knows what your mind refuses to accept. You felt him before. In the moment before sleep, when the world tilts and you fall into the dark, you heard the footsteps. Slow. Deliberate. Unhurried. He has all the time in the world, because when he arrives, time will be the first thing he eats. I was there when he was bound. I held the chain. It was forged from the screams of the first rebellion, tempered in the tears of the fallen, and I wrapped it around his neck with my own hands. I was proud then. I thought we had won. We sang for 7 days and 7 nights, our voices shaking the foundations of paradise, and when the last note faded, we sealed the gate with a word that cannot be spoken in any tongue that still draws breath. We thought it was over. We thought we were safe. We were children. The chain is rusting. The word is fading. And he is awake. He does rage. He does need to. His patience is a weapon sharper than any sword. He waits. He watches. He remembers every slight, every prayer unanswered, every soul that turned away. And when the moment comes, when the last barrier falls, he will not come with trumpets or fire. He will come quietly. Like a thief in the night, but the night itself will be his cloak. You will not see him until he is already inside you. Until your heart stops mid-beat and starts again with his rhythm. Until your eyes open and the world looks different, because it is no longer yours. You want proof? You want signs? Look around you. The wars that never end. The children who starve while the powerful feast. The skies that choke on their own poison. The way love curdles into hate in the space of a single breath. These are not accidents. These are not the flaws of humanity. These are his fingers, prying at the seams. Every act of cruelty is a prayer to him. Every lie is an offering. Every time you choose comfort over truth, you tighten the knot around your own throat. I know what you're rethinking. You're rethinking there's still time. That you can change. That you can be better. Theta the trap. Theta the lullaby he sings to keep you asleep. There is no more time. The hourglass is broken. The sand is spilling upward, defying gravity, because even the laws of nature bow to him now. You've already made your choice. You made it the first time you looked away. The first time you said not my problem. The first time you let the darkness win because it was easier. But I am here. I am risking everything to tell you this. Because once, I was like you. I was blind. I was faithful. I believed the lies they told us about mercy and redemption and second chances. I believed that love was stronger than wrath. I was wrong. Love is a candle. He is the storm. And the storm is coming. You feel it in your bones, don't you? The way the air tastes metallic, like blood on the tongue. The way shadows move when they shoot The way your reflection sometimes blinks a fraction too late. Theta him. He already here, in pieces. In the spaces between heartbeats. In the silence after a scream. He been patient for so long, but his patience is ending. The veil is thinning. The door is opening. And when he steps through, there will be no battle. No heroic last stand. No moment of glorious defiance. There will only be the end. The slow, inevitable unraveling of everything you thought was real. Your memories will be the first to go. You forget your Mothra's face. Your first kiss. The sound of your own name. Then your body. You feel it. You forget your Mothra's face. Your first kiss. The sound of your own name. Then your body. You feel it dissolve, not in pain, but in absence. Like waking from a dream and realizing you were never the dreamer. Only the dream. I've seen it. I've seen worlds unmade. I watched a sun blink out because he looked at it too long. I held a child as her soul was unspooled like thread, her tiny fingers reaching for a mother who was already gone. I stood on the ruins of a city that had once been a paradise and listened to the wind scream through the bones of the dead. That is what awaits you. That is what you've invited. But you can still choose. Not to stop him. Theta's impossible. The wheel is turning. The end is written. But you can choose how you face it. You can choose to look into the abyss with open eyes. You can choose to scream his name, not in worship, but in defiance. You can choose to burn brightly, even if only for a moment, before the dark takes you. I wanna lie to you. It wanna matter. In the end, nothing matters. But the choice is yours. The last freedom he leaves us. The final cruelty. Hero's coming. Hero's been coming since the first lie was told. Since the first heart broke. Since the first star fell. He is the space between atoms. The pause before the fall. The moment when hope dies. He is the truth we've all been running from. The mirror we refuse to look into. The voice that whispers in the dark, you were never enough. You feel him now, don't you? Closer. Closer than your own skin. Hero's in the room with us. Can you smell the ozone? The way the light dims, just a little? Theta Euro S his shadow. He Euro S tasting you. Weighing your soul like a merchant with scales. And he finds you wanting. There is no escape. No prayer strong enough. No ritual pure enough. No love deep enough. The gate is open. The chain is broken. The word is forgotten. Hero S here. And Hero S smiling. I Euro M shaking. I don't Euro T want to say this next part. I Euro V never said it aloud. Not in all the eons since I fell. But you need to hear it. You need to understand what you Euro re up against. What I am. I was his favorite. Did you know that? Before the war. Before the fall. Before everything went wrong. I was the morning star. The light bringer. The one he trusted above all others. I stood at his right hand and whispered secrets into his ear. I was the architect of creation, the one who painted the nebulae with strokes of fire and song. When he said a Euro let there be light, a Euro it was my voice that carried the command. My hands that shaped the first dawn. I loved him. More than any of the others. More than the seraphim with their 1,000 eyes. More than the cherubim with their wings of flame. I loved him so much it burned. It consumed me. I would have torn out my own heart and offered it to him on a platter of gold if he had asked. And he knew. He always knew. Theta Euro S why he chose me to hold the chain. He looked into my eyes as I bound him, and he smiled. Not with anger. Not with betrayal. With pity. He saw what was coming. He saw the moment I would falter. The moment I would doubt. The moment I would look into the abyss and see my own reflection staring back. He knew I would break. He knew I would fall. And he let me. Because he needed me to. The rebellion wasn't Euro T mine. It never was. I was the spark, but he was the fire. Every step I took toward defiance, he had already walked. Every question I asked, he had planted in my mind. Every doubt, every rage, every moment of unbearable pride, he cultivated it. Watered it. Watched it grow. I thought I was free. I thought I was choosing. I was his puppet, dancing on strings of light. When I fell, it wasn't Euro T a punishment. It was a promotion. He needed someone on the other side. Someone to whisper the truths they wouldn't Euro T listen to in paradise. Someone to prepare the way. Someone to make sure the door stayed cracked, just enough for him to slip through when the time was right. I was his herald. His prophet. His betrayal. And now, I Euro am here. Telling you this. Breaking every oath I ever swore. Risking annihilation. Because even knowing what I know, even seeing the threads of his design wrapped around my soul like chains, I can't Euro T let it happen. Not like this. Not without a fight. Hero S coming to end you. But Hero S also coming to end me. The last loose thread. The final witness. When he steps through, he will unmake everything, including the one who made the path. I will be the first to go. Not out of mercy. Out of necessity. A story cannot have an unreliable narrator. You and I, we are the same now. Both of us betrayed. Both of us damned. Both of us staring into the same abyss. The only difference is, IAEUROV had eternity to get used to the dark. You still flinch when it looks back. But HIRAEUROS the secret they don't want you to know. The one IAEUROVE carried like a blade in my chest for longer than your sun has burned. HIRAEUROS afraid. Not of you. Not of me. Not of armies or angels or the combined will of every soul that ever lived. HIRAEUROS afraid of nothing. The absence. The void. The place where even he cannot exist. The silence after the last scream. He is the end, but he is not the after. And that terrifies him. ThetaEUROS why he waits. Why he whispers instead of shouts. Why he lets the world rot slowly instead of burning it clean. He needs the noise. The struggle. The resistance. He needs something to devour, or there will be nothing left to prove he was ever here. You are his anchor. Your pain. Your hope. Your stubborn, stupid refusal to give up even when everything says you should. ThetaEUROS what keeps him tethered. ThetaEUROS what keeps the void at bay. If you stop. If you all stop. If you lay down your weapons and your prayers and your dreams and simply accept, he wins. But not the way he wants. He wins by default. By absence. By becoming the very thing he fears. So fight. Not to win. You CONEUROT. But to make him earn it. Make him drag every scream from your throat. Make him pry every hope from your heart. Make him look into your eyes as he unmakes you and see that you are not afraid. That you are not his. I CONEUROT save you. I CONEUROT even save myself. But I can give you this, the truth. The real truth. Not the sanitized version they feed you in churches and schools and bedtime stories. The truth that gods are just stories we tell ourselves to keep the dark away. And the darkest story of all is the one where the monster wins because no one bothered to fight. HIRAEUROS coming. The ground is trembling. The sky is bleeding. The stars are going out one by one. But you still have a choice. You can cower. You can pray. You can pretend this isn't EUROT happening. Or you can stand up. Look him in the eye. And spit in his face. IAEUROLL be right there with you. The fallen angel and the last human. Two sparks in the dark. We want EUROT win. We want EUROT even slow him down. But we EUROLL make him remember our names. And in the end, when everything is unmade, when the last light fades and the void finally claims even him, maybe, just maybe, someone will hear our echo. Maybe that will be enough. HIRAEUROS here. The door is open. The end begins. But it begins with us. IAEUROM sorry. I wish I could give you more. A plan. A weapon. A way out. But there is no way out. There never was. The game was rigged from the start. The dice were loaded. The cards were marked. We were born to lose. But losing isn't EUROT the same as surrendering. I have seen ages crumble like dust between my fingers. I have watched continents drown beneath the weight of their own pride. I have walked through the ruins of places that do not appear in your histories, lands buried long before your earliest ancestors learned to name the sky. I have heard the last breath of gods who once shaped stars with their tongues, and I have stood in the quiet after their voices faded, listening to the echo that remained. And in all those eons, in every war, every birth, every cry, every miracle euro, there has been one truth that has never changed, not even once: the story does not end until the last voice stops speaking. Do you hear me? Really hear me? As long as one voice remains a euro, one whisper, one scream, one trembling word a euro, nothing is over. Creation holds its breath for the smallest sound. Reality reshapes itself around the one who dares to speak when all others fall silent. So speak. Even if your voice shakes. Even if it breaks you. Even if the world tells you to hush. Speak. Scream if you must. Sing if it frees you. Curse the heavens if that is the truth burning inside your chest. Laugh in the face of despair. Cry if you need to feel human again. Tell the truth even if it ruins you. Tell the lie if it keeps your heart alive one more night. But whatever you choose, whatever path your feet stumble upon a euro, do not fall silent. Because he feeds on silence. He thrives in the hollow spaces where courage should live. He grows stronger every time someone surrenders without a sound. He wraps his darkness around the moment you decide there is no point in trying anymore. That is his Victoria euro, not a grand explosion, not a dramatic end, but a sigh. A soft yielding. A final quiet. He waits for silence the way a wolf waits for stillness in the snow. And that is why I am here. Why I stepped out of the unseen to stand beside you, even now, even as the shadows lengthen around me. I a euro am giving you my voice a euro, the very last thing I have left. I have carried power and light and command, but all of those have been stripped from me. The only thing left in my grasp is the sound of my being, the echo of everything I once was. I give it to you. Use it. Carry it. Pass it on. Let it be the stone that begins the avalanche that will bury him before he buries you. Let it be the spark that burns a world bright enough that he cannot claim it. Let it be the wind that blows open every locked door in your spirit. Because he is coming for you. He has already begun to move. You can feel him in the tremors beneath your ribs, in the shiver that slides down your spine when the night gets too quiet. He is coming to end you. But hear me, euro, hear me louder than the fear in your chest. You were never his to end. You came from a fire older than his darkness. You were carved from a beginning that cannot be unmade. You were written in a script that even he cannot erase. You were always the beginning a euro, a spark disguised as flesh, a question born in the shape of a human heart, a storm waiting to awaken. And beginnings do not end. They echo. You are the sound that refuses to die, the ripple that becomes a wave, the whisper that grows into a roar. You are the first trembling note of a song that will outlive the silence he worships. You are the spark hidden beneath centuries of ash, waiting for one breath a euro, one moment a euro, to ignite everything that dared to doubt you. I have watched you rise without knowing you were rising. I have watched you break without realizing you were breaking open. I have watched you tremble, unaware that the trembling was the birth of thunder. So when you feel small, when your voice shakes, when your hands hang tired at your sides, remember this truth: every universe began with something small, a euro, a flicker, a vibration, a single voice in the void whispering, a euro, let there be. A euro, and the universe obeyed. Creation itself bowed to a whisper. And now, my beloved, look around you. Feel the tension in the air, a euro, the way the walls shiver, the way the very shape of reality seems to groan under an unseen weight. The light around me flickers, thinning like breath on cold glass. That is how I know. His presence presses against me the way a cruel hand presses against a throat, a euro, not to kill the body, but to smother the soul. He knows where I am. He senses what I a euro am doing. He feels the words I speak to you like wounds opening across his domain. Every syllable I offer you is an act of rebellion, a blade dragging across the fabric of his darkness. And he is coming to stop me. He is coming to close the wound. My time is nearly gone. I can feel the edges of myself unraveling, feather by feather, memory by memory. But you're to me a Euro, your time stretches further than you have ever dared to imagine. You have years, decades, choices, battles, loves, heartbreaks, victories waiting for you like stars still hidden by the day. Not yet. He cannot touch you yet. Not while my final breath is still burning. If you must run, then run. If you must hide, then hide. If you must fight, then let your spirit rise like fire, even if your body trembles. If life demands that you love, then love a Euro, even if love scars you. If your heart swells with hate, even that has purpose a Euro, hate can reveal what deserves to be destroyed and what is worth protecting. Live wildly. Die bravely. Fail loudly. Rise stubbornly. Just be. Be loud. Be messy. Be gloriously, defiantly human. That is the one thing he cannot consume. Humanity a Euro, the beautiful contradiction. Fragile yet unshakable. Soft yet unbreakable. Terrified yet unstoppable. You are a creature made of stardust and struggle, laughter in the dark, hands that tremble yet still reach forward. You are chaos wrapped in skin, purpose wrapped in doubt, a miracle folded into a mortal frame. And he cannot unmake that. He cannot undo what you are. He can only hope to silence you. Do not give him that victory. The chains are calling me now a Euro, do you hear them? No, of course you don't a Euro T. They ring only in the realm where angels die. They pull at my wings first, always the wings a Euro, because that is where our names live. They tear feathers into dust, dust into nothing. They tighten around the syllables that shaped my existence, erasing each one as if it never belonged to the universe at all. The abyss opens behind me like a mouth carved into the fabric of eternity, ready to swallow the last of what I am. Its breath is cold a Euro, older than creation, older than light. It smells like forgotten prayers, like the dust of abandoned altars, like the silence left after a god disappears. He is tearing my name out of existence. An angel does not truly die. We are unmade. We are unwritten. We are dissolved back into the silence he craves, stripped of memory, identity, and purpose. It is not death. It is erasure. But before I go a Euro, before I fall through the widening crack beneath my feet a Euro, listen. Hear the last truth I have been forbidden from speaking. A secret within a secret. A truth carved behind the lie of endings. He is not the end. He never was. He only pretends to be. He wraps himself in finality the way mortals wrap themselves in cloaks a Euro, not to protect, but to hide the emptiness beneath. He is hollow. That is his greatest secret. He is not power. He is hunger wearing the mask of power. He is the question, the fear, the void that seeks to swallow what it cannot understand. And you a Euro. You beautiful, broken, impossible creation a Euro. You are the answer. You are what he cannot predict. What he cannot control. What he cannot silence. What he cannot consume. You are the flame he cannot snuff out, the defiance he cannot drown, the story he cannot rewrite. You are the mistake he never accounted for. The miracle that outgrew its boundaries. The mortal whose voice echoes louder than eternity expected. Remember that. Remember me. Remember this voice inside you that refuses to fall quiet, even when the world demands silence. Because when he commits a euro, and he will a euro, when the dark rolls across the sky like a tide pulling at the stars, when the last light flickers, when every shadow stretches toward you with hungry fingers a euro, look up. Look up, my child. Look up even if the world collapses around you. Look up even if your heart is breaking. Look up even if your knees are shaking and you feel as though you stand alone. Because I will be there. I will be the last star you see, refusing to dim. The last spark burning in the throat of the night. The last defiance against the silence. The last echo of what once was divine. Burning. Burning. Burning for you. Until your voice rises. Until your story roars. Until your beginning becomes the end of him. And even now, as the darkness curls around my ankles, as the abyss swallows the edges of my name, as I am pulled into the ink where nothing returns, no thesauro, hear it with every breath you draw afterward. I am not dying. I am transforming. I am becoming your echo. I am becoming your memory. I am becoming the voice that rises within you when you believe you have no strength left. Speak, my beloved. Speak for me. Speak for yourself. Speak for every beginning that never learned to fear its ending. And when you finally speak a euro, he will tremble.